Hi, good day, guys. You are on Daily Thought with Natalie Brathwaite, and today I just wanted to, give you three questions that I think you should ponder on because I think we are having the wrong conversation to ourselves about ourselves, and sometimes it causes some unnecessary problems, because we just don't realize that God has created us um, so uniquely and so marvelously that we are able to accomplish the things that God has put before us to accomplish, and we are able to win the battles that God has put before us, because, or allow, I shouldn't say, because some things He didn't put there, but some things He allows, because He knows what He has placed inside of us when He sent us to this earth. So the three questions are as follows: do you know who you are and the value that God has placed in you? Question number two: do you trust that what God has placed inside you is enough with His guidance and your submission to Him, that you can win any battle that comes? Three: do you accept that God has already placed everything that is needed for successful living in your grasp? And so these questions, I had to also answer these questions for myself and realize that sometimes we make a mountain out of a molehill because of our wrong conversation, about ourselves and about who God has created us to be. And so, in reading Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5 and verse 7 and 8, let me just read it briefly for you. It says, "Before I formed you in the womb," this is the Lord speaking to Jeremiah. "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. And before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations." So this tells me very clearly that who we are is not by happenstance. Our giftings, our talents, our innate desire or drive to go towards certain things, it is not by chance. For those who are leaders, the innate desire within them to constantly be guiding others and stuff like that, it's because God has predestined you. God has knitted you in your mother's womb in that way, and placed those things inside of you, those giftings, those different qualities, inside of you. And because He knows what He has appointed for you, He knows what you are to do in this earth that He has sent you to. So in verse 7 and 8 it says, "Do not say, I am only a youth, because to all whom I sent you, you shall go, and whatever I command you, you shall speak. Do not be afraid of them, for I am with you to deliver you, declares the Lord." So again, it says to me that he knows that the insufficiency that Jeremiah is seeing within himself, he knows that in a conversation he is fully aware. In fact, Jeremiah said it, that he cannot speak. So it wasn't just a inner conversation. He brought that inner conversation outside of himself, and he spoke that to the Lord as well. But imagine how long he has been telling himself that he cannot speak properly, right? He has been telling himself that probably for many years, right? I mean, yes, he was young, but granted, all those years that he was alive, maybe he was telling himself, I'm not no good speaker, so I am not telling anybody anything. But God had appointed him to speak to men, in his day. And so God was showing him, I have placed it in you. What I have designed you to do, what I have appointed you to do when I sent you to this earth, I have placed it within you to be able to speak once you just follow my leading and my direction. So it's not that in ourselves on our own we are so good, but it's that he uses the things that he's placed inside of us, and he connects the dots by his presence. His presence is the one thing that makes the difference. It makes the connection between A and B so that we can be effective in whatever he has designed us to do. So yes, we are sent to this earth with everything that is needed to successfully fulfill our design here on this earth and our service here on this earth. Because let me just make a sidestep here and say that we are all here on this earth for a particular service, right? Our service to God comes in different ways, different forms, different fashion, but we are all here to do God's service, God's work. So at the end of the day, he has already pre-registered you for a particular type of living, a particular type of task, something that is unique to the qualities that he has placed inside of you. Now, in saying that, I still want to make sure and zone in on the point that though we are given the qualities to be able to do the task cannot be done effectively if we try to do it without God. Now, it's not that it cannot be done, but it cannot be done effectively without God joining the dots of all of the different ingredients. Because if we are making a cake, we have all the ingredients, but if we don't mix the ingredients together, we cannot produce a cake, right? And so, like, God is the mixing, God is the marrying of all of the ingredients that he has placed inside of us to really do and really be able to become all that God has designed for us to become. So yes, I'm telling you, you are enough. You are enough because of God and all that he's placed inside of you, and with his presence and with your submission to him, you are enough to overcome every battle. You are enough to do all that is put before you to do. You are enough with the presence, the power, and the guidance of our Heavenly Father. Okay? So I just wanted to come here to remind you that though you may not feel like you are enough today, though you may not feel like the testings you are going to triumph over them, though you may feel like the storms that are on the inside, like it's inflicting a greater battle on the inside, I'm saying to you, you are enough. With the power of Christ in you, with the giftings and the talents in you, with your obedience to Christ, mixing all of the ingredients that he's given to you, you are enough, and you will overcome these challenges. This too shall pass, and you shall be better for it. You shall be better for it. One day you'll be able to look back and say, it was good that I was afflicted. Because what you see come out of the affliction, you would say, God, I thank you I thank you that even though I was afflicted, I overcame. I learned lessons. I've grown. You have birthed miracles. You have birthed just a brand new person. A person that I've never known existed because of you. So take this nugget today and go out into the world and live a transformed life. Take care, guys.